Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road just erupted with breaking news, and it is not good news. A 3-0 disaster against Brighton wasn't even the worst development of the weekend. The Premier League trapdoor just swung wide open. Vitor Pereira is OUT. Wolves pulled the trigger, and now the entire bottom half of the table is shaking. Looking directly at Elland Road, Daniel Farke is officially on the clock. We have dressing room cracks, a brutal 5-game fixture list that looks impossible, and a new transfer target that has the fan base split. The first payoff. That fixture list. Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool are all waiting in a 7-day period. If you bleed white more than you hate Manchester United, smash like and subscribe right now. We start with the sacking that puts Farke directly in the crosshairs. Stay locked. The guillotine has fallen in the Premier League, but not at Elland Road yet. Vitor Pereira is gone from Wolves. Sacked to points from 10 games. A home loss to Leeds, ironically. But here is why this matters. Wolves, currently bottom, are 9 points behind Leeds. They acted. The bottom 3 teams have all changed their managers. And Leeds, we just got humiliated 3-0 by Brighton, watching our former player Jorginho Rutter run the show. The pressure is now suffocating. The fan base is officially split. Posting on the social media site X, the reaction to Pereira's sacking was immediate. One fan wrote, "First of many, be a few more before's." The implication was clear, Farke is next. The debate is raging, stick or twist. One fan argued the Wolves' move is bad for Leeds. The right appointment might just give them enough time to turn things around. They see inaction as weakness. Who could replace him? Fans are already throwing out names. Gary O'Neill, I would take him at Leeds personally. Another suggested a wild move. I am proposing an idea. Sack Farke before it's too late and replace him with Erik ten Hag. He is available. Remember his Ajax team for years ago. If Farke is still here in January, we are gone. But the pro-Farke camp has one vital point. I understand that a large section of our fan base wants Farke to be sacked, but realistically, what manager is available right now who could come in and actually improve us? Here is the statistical reality. Leeds have 11 points from 10 games. If they maintain that rate, they will finish on 42 points. That should be enough for safety. But that stat hides a terrifying truth. Look at the next 5 fixtures. Nottingham Forest away, fine. Then Aston Villa. Then Manchester City away, Chelsea at home, Liverpool at home. All in 7 days. That is a gauntlet. Leeds could realistically hit Christmas having dropped well below that 1 point per game target, deep in the relegation mire. Farke isn't just fighting for his job, he's fighting this impossible schedule. Do you think Farke deserves more time, or is the shout for Erik ten Hag actually a genius move? Drop your manager choice in the comments. And if you believe Leeds will survive this 5-game nightmare, smash that like button. But the pressure on the manager is one thing. What's happening on the pitch is another. Farke was visibly furious during the Brighton loss, and one player bore the brunt of it. The dressing room cracks are showing. Stay locked. A 3-0 loss always exposes fractures. But this wasn't just a loss, it was a tactical breakdown, and Daniel Farke was incandescent on the touchline. He wasn't just mad about the score. He was furious with one specific player, right in front of the dugouts. The player, no Okafor. This changes the dynamic. Farke is not afraid to call out his stars. Okafor started on the left wing, as Farke kept the same team that beat West Ham. It was a disaster. If not for Lucas Purry in goal, it could have been 5 or 6-0. According to Graham Smythe of the Yorkshire Evening Post, Okafor was visibly irritating his manager for the entire first half. Smythe wrote, Daniel Farke grew frustrated with Noah Okafor and his movements, having also had words with Gabriel Gudmundsson about the same subject earlier in the first half. To players, same problem, tactical and discipline. Okafor's stats from the match are genuinely alarming for a Premier League winger. He completed just 8 of his 14 attempted passes, that is, 57%. He also lost possession for separate times, often deep in his own half, putting immediate pressure on an already collapsing defense. This isn't new. We saw it in the 3-1 win over Wolves. Okafor scored, yes, but fans saw the best and worst of the Swiss star, a player who constantly loses the ball in dangerous areas. Farke's frustration is justified. You cannot survive in the Premier League, especially against teams like Brighton, Man City, or Liverpool, if your attackers cannot retain the ball under pressure. It kills all momentum and invites wave after wave of attacks. Okafor needs to learn when to try the dribble and when to play it simple. Right now, he is a liability off the ball. This isn't just one player having a bad day, it's a systemic failure. Farke was also seen arguing with Gudmundsson over positioning, and Jayden Bogle's errors led to the third goal. The entire system is failing. Do you think Noah Okafor should be dropped for the crucial game against Nottingham Forest? Let me know who starts instead. Smash that like button if you believe Farke needs to bench these underperformers immediately. But if the players on the pitch aren't good enough, the club has to look elsewhere. And the latest transfer rumor links Leeds to a Celtic player who is already struggling. This is getting messy. Stay locked. The 3-0 defeat to Brighton wasn't just embarrassing, it was a reminder. A stark, painful reminder that this Leeds squad is still desperately lacking quality in the final third. The board knows it. They failed to sign Fakano Buonanot. They failed to sign Harry Wilson. The attack is thin. And now, with the pressure mounting, a new name has surfaced. The club is reportedly scouting a player from the Scottish Premiership. Not a superstar, but a project. The name: Sebastian Tunekti. This is a £5.2 million signing Celtic, made just this summer from Hammarby. A technically gifted, quick, four-time Tunisia international. On paper, it sounds interesting. But here's the problem. He is already massively struggling north of the border. 2 goals in 14 games for Celtic. Those are not numbers that scream Premier League savior. The rumor comes from Tunisian outlet Maghreb Foot, which claims Leeds are closely monitoring the attacker. This news has split the fan base all over again. Why are Leeds scouting struggling players from a weaker league when they need immediate Premier League quality? The gap between the SPL and the Premier League is massive. Brendan Rodgers himself compared his Celtic squad to a Honda Civic before he resigned, largely due to poor recruitment. Tunekti, at $5.2 million, is part of that criticized recruitment. This move feels desperate. It feels like Plan C. Robbie Evans has claimed Leeds have maxed out their PSR profit and sustainability rules, meaning the budget is tight. Are we bargain hunting? Tunekti may be talented, but he hasn't shown it. Leeds needs players who can make an impact now, not in 2 years. We don't have 2 years. This is the dilemma. Farke is under pressure, the players like Okafor are underperforming, and the potential replacements are struggling projects. This is a perfect storm. If Leeds is serious about survival, they surely have to aim higher than Sebastian Tunekti. They need someone who can terrify defenses, not someone who can't get a game in Scotland. What do you think? Is Tunekti a hidden gem or a transfer disaster waiting to happen? Drop your take below. And smash like if you agree Leeds must spend on proven quality in January. But this all fits together. A manager on the brink, players failing tactically, and cheap transfer links. How does this end? The conclusion is next, and it involves a double cliffhanger you will not want to miss. Stay locked. 3 stories. 1 terrifying reality. The Premier League managerial sack race is on, and Daniel Farke is now a favorite to go after Wolves fired Pereira. The dressing room is showing cracks, with Farke himself exposing Noah Okafor's tactical indiscipline in the 3-0 Brighton loss. And the proposed solution, a rumor about monitoring Sebastian Tunekti, a £5 million Celtic signing who can't even make an impact in Scotland. This is not a small blip, this is a red alert. This combination is toxic. A manager under fire, players who are either not good enough or not listening, and a recruitment strategy that seems to be looking in the bargain bin when we need elite talent. This is how teams get relegated. The 3-0 loss wasn't just a defeat, it was a warning. Jorginho Rutter starring for Brighton was the final insult. Let's be clear, the next 5 games will define our season. Forest, Villa, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. If Farke and this squad cannot find at least 4 points from that 15, it is over. The hole will be too deep. The Wolves' decision to fire Pereira now gives them a chance to reset. Leeds inaction looks like weakness. We are marching on together towards disaster unless something fundamentally changes. This is where I need the entire Leeds United fanbase to stand up. This is our club. 1. Smash that like button if you believe, despite all of this, that Leeds United will stay in the Premier League. Show the faith. TWO. Drop a comment with 1 word that describes the feeling at Elland Road right now. Is it panic, hope, frustration? Give me 1 word. 3. Subscribe. Subscribe right now because we are the only channel telling the hard truth. And we need to march together to hold the club accountable. Every sub shows Manchester United that we are bigger than them. But listen closely. Here is the cliff edge. The internal crisis with Okafor is deeper than reported. A source claims FARKE is considering dropping both him and Gudmundsson entirely for the FARKE'S game, a move that could either galvanize the team or cause a full-scale dressing room revolt. That decision comes this week. And the second cliffhanger? Wolves, now managerless, have been linked with Gary O'Neill, the exact same manager some Leeds fans are crying out for. If Wolves appoint O'Neill and he starts winning, the pressure on FARKE at Elland Road will become thermonuclear. Who blinks first? The next 7 days define everything. Stay locked. Marching on together, we ride together. See you in the next war.